Welcome to Hoffman's Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media, and joining me today is Viviana Padilla, Senior Manager of Product Marketing at Salesforce.com. Today we'll be discussing best practices for utilizing social networks to create exceptional customer service. Viviana, thanks so much for joining me today.
Hi Tom, thanks for having me.
What are some steps that companies can take to leverage social networks and create exceptional customer service?
One of the things that I think it's really important for everyone out there to understand is that more and more customers are really turning to the cloud for help. One of the statistics that we've recently seen is that on average about 65% of all conversations about your brands and your services are happening in the cloud. And when we say the cloud, it really means sites like Google or Facebook or Twitter. And if you think about it today, oftentimes if I have any sort of issue with, let's say I'm using my BlackBerry, I'm using any sort of device, the first place that I really go to is Google. Or I'll go to my Facebook page and I'll post a question. So I think one of the things that companies can really do is just first understand that this is a completely new social medium. This is a new channel for customer service and support. Companies really need to start to embrace and think about what they can do internally to start to leverage some of those conversations and build knowledge and create best practices around them. And we at Salesforce have a product called the Service Cloud 2, which does exactly that. So what it does is it really marries some of those traditional mediums. So whether you're using your call center, you're using email, or you're using chat capabilities, but also marries them with what we consider to be some of these newer channels like Facebook and Twitter, as well as online forums and communities. So a lot of customers, they want to use answers-like capabilities. They want to be able to post questions on an answer site and let either your agents answer them or let even the community answer these questions and let the best ideas bubble to the top.
Can you cite some examples of customers that have creatively used social media to generate improvements in customer service?
We have a lot of different customers. I think one that comes to mind is Comcast. So they've been a customer of ours for a number of years. And as you know, Comcast continually looking to improve their services. And so they came to us because they wanted to do just that. They wanted to really make every customer a fan, and they wanted to be where their customers are today, which is, again, on sites like Facebook and Twitter. So what they did was they created a Twitter account. Customers can then post any sort of questions they have about Comcast brands and service, about their product offerings. And then what Comcast does is they can go ahead and monitor those conversations within Salesforce, and they can go ahead and post any sort of response back within Salesforce and our Twitter integration. And so they always are where their customers are today.
What are some steps that decision makers should first take before attempting to integrate CRM processes and systems with their use of social media?
One of the things that I think everyone also should understand is that they want to be where their customers are. I think I sort of mentioned that in the previous question. A company should first think about, where are their customers? Are they spending the majority of their time? Are they spending the majority of their time on Twitter? Are they spending it on Facebook? What are the sites that their customers are using? They need to figure out who their fans are if they want to really be able to evangelize their products and their services. And of course, with the Service Cloud 2, as I mentioned, we tap into all of those different sites. We have partnerships with Facebook and Twitter. And I think that companies should first take a step back, understand is that where my customers are? How can I go ahead and tap into those conversations? But then be proactive and create an army by creating a Twitter page and understanding what their customers are saying and always being a part of those different conversations. So I think it's really important to just know who your customers are, figure out where they are, and engage with them socially.
Thanks very much for sharing your time with us today and also sharing your insights.
Thank you, Tom.
To learn more about relationship strategy, visit www.onetoOnemedia.com.